Hi, my name is Gayatri and I will be your trainer for this session.
Hi, and welcome to a quick introduction to Docker. This is lesson 4, and in this lesson, we are going to see Docker with MySQL and PHPMyAdmin. So let's start with creating the MySQL server instance container. So we execute the command docker run --name equal to MySQL1 -d, and then the image for this container is going to be MySQL / MySQL -server : 8.0. Okay, so the -d flag ensures that you get your command prompt back. Remember, you can execute this command either on your Mac terminal, or if you're on a Windows machine, it can be on a command prompt or PowerShell. Next, we're going to execute a command docker logs MySQL1. Now, MySQL1 is the name that you have given for the container that you created. And docker logs is a command that allows you to see the output of the PID1 process that is running inside the container. Okay, so you see a long output. This is the output of your MySQL server being set up. So this will be a very long output. One of the lines in this output is going to be the auto-generated root password for your MySQL server instance. Okay, so you can either scroll through the whole log and get to that line, or you can execute a quick Linux command, that is docker logs MySQL1, that is the name of your container, and then grep for the word generated, so that you get the line that has got the password. All right, so now we have the root password. Let's try to enter our MySQL server. So we're going to use the docker exec command. I hope you remember the docker exec command. If you don't, please refer to our previous lessons. I'll link them in the description below. All right, so docker exec -ti or -it MySQL1, that's the name of the container, and then we're going to execute the command MySQL -u root -p. Okay, so this command is going to let you enter your MySQL server as a root user, and it will ask you for the root user password. So you can enter the password that you got from the previous docker logs command. Now you will be in your MySQL server instance. So this is not your host machine. You are now inside the container in your MySQL prompt. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to change the root password. So we're going to execute the MySQL command alter user and change the root password. After that, we are going to create a database. So let's execute show databases to see the list of databases that are already there, and we're going to execute the create database command. All right, so let's quit the MySQL prompt and come back to our terminal. Now let's create the PHPMyAdmin container. So the MySQL server container is ready. To create the PHPMyAdmin container, what we have to do is execute the command docker run --name myadmin -d -link MySQL1, and then we give the -p 8080:80 PHPMyAdmin / PHPMyAdmin. So PHPMyAdmin / PHPMyAdmin is the Docker image name from which this container is going to be created. -p allows you to do the port mapping. If you don't know the port mapping, please check our previous lessons. They are linked in the description below. All right. Now the interesting flag over here is the --link flag. What this tells the container is that this container can access the MySQL1 container. So the --link flag gives that permission to the current container. All right. So let's browse localhost : 8080, and you should see the PHPMyAdmin login page. Enter your MySQL root as the username and the root password. You should get an error saying host 172.1703 is not allowed to connect to this MySQL server. Don't worry if the IP is not the same, that's fine, but you should get an error that looks like this. So what this means is we need to grant this particular host permissions to access this database. So what you have to do is go back and enter your MySQL instance. So docker exec -ti MySQL1, and then enter your username and password. And what we're going to do is we're going to execute the create user command to give this particular host permission to log in as a root user, and then we are going to grant this particular user all the privileges from this particular host. We have now done this. We execute flush privileges, and let's go back to our browser, refresh the page, enter the MySQL root username and password, and you should successfully log in into your PHPMyAdmin. Let's quickly create a table. Here you will notice that your database is being listed. Let's quickly create a table under this database. So let's click on the database, and then under create table, let's enter the table name my_table1. This table is going to have two fields. So we're keeping it simple. The first field is going to be the ID field, which is going to be a auto increment primary key. And the next field is going to be the name field, which is going to be a simple varchar that's going to have 255 characters. So simple text field, and we're going to save it. Now let's add some records. So we're going to add a couple of records using PHPMyAdmin. Yeah, so you can add. So I'm keeping it simple here. So it's John and Chris. I'm just adding two records. Okay, let's come back to our MySQL server instance, and let's enter our database. And check the records in our my_table1 table. So we should be able to see the table, and we should be able to see the records in this table. This tells us that the PHPMyAdmin container, or this confirms that the PHPMyAdmin container can access the MySQL container, and the data that we have entered using the PHPMyAdmin form has been entered into the MySQL server container. Alright, now two more commands that you need to know. You can stop and start containers. So you can do a docker ps to see the list of containers. So you should see two containers running, and then execute a command docker stop MySQL1. When you execute this, the MySQL1 container will no longer be a running container. So when you do docker ps, you won't see it anymore. But you can do a docker start MySQL1, and this container will come back up once again. Alright, so now go ahead and remove the two containers, and with that, we come to an end of this lesson. So see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye. If you want to learn more about Docker or any other platform or software, you can always visit our website tree.cc, where we have different lessons for different platforms and software. So the duration for these lessons are different depending on the level of depth that you want. So if you just want to get an idea of the course, we have such sessions for you. If you want to go deeper, you know the basics, you just want to go deeper into it, we have such sessions for you too. So feel free to contact us via our website, which is www.sree.cc. So thank you very much for your time. Hope this quick video gives you an idea or helps you get started or keeps you curious enough to watch the other episodes. See you soon. Bye-bye. If you like this video, don't forget to click that thumbs up button and share this video with your friends. And also click that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you get notified every time we release a new lesson.